Hey guys, how's it going? Today I want to speak about the subject of, are humans going to eventually destroy the world? Well, to put it simply, I think yes and no. Why am I saying yes and no? Well, because if you really think about it, humans kind of have already pretty much destroyed a lot of the world in the way that Mother Nature has made it. I mean, think about it. We have cities. We have changed all the earth on the ground, and we have put asphalt and bricks and completely changed everything that was natural about the world, taking away the animals, their homes and all that stuff, and we've molded this whole place into something that is, it's nice in some way, but it's not really intended to be this way. A lot has changed. And then on top of that, we are doing a ton of other things that are destroying the world even more. All the waste that we're throwing in the oceans, all the stuff that we're throwing into space with satellites and all that crazy things. And we're not really taking care of this world the way it should be taken care of. All the CO2 emissions. And 100 years ago, they didn't really know the scientific thing about all that. They probably must have known to some extent that it was not very good, because when you breathe it, you're coughing and you're not able to breathe. So it kind of shows that it wouldn't be very, if it's not very good for you, well, the earth is not that different from us, at least chemically. So why would it be able to be good for the ozone layer? And the problem is that now we've gotten to a point where we can actually fix a lot of these things. There's a lot of solutions. And I'm talking about the pollution thing first, because even though, yes, we're modifying the earth, I don't know if that's necessarily considered destroying it. But if we're doing something where the polar ice capes, or there's too much stuff changing at the same time, where basically we live in a very fragile environment. Just the fact that we have life on this earth, like, it really stems from a lot of coincidences, a lot of things that happened at the same time. A lot of facts, the fact that the sun is at a certain distance from the earth, that there's actually a moon, that the fact that the earth is tilting on its axis, but it's also close in relativity to basically a moon, and that makes it in such a way that, yes, we have high tide, low tide, and all these things, but it gave us pretty stable seasons and a pretty stable place to live. But with that, the fact is that once you start basically putting in more things, such as what we have now, which is being like cars and all these methane gases and even nuclear power and all these things mixing up with it, well, it becomes kind of unstable. And through the centuries, there have been ice ages, there have been hotter times. You can see it with the deserts, where they're filled with the remnants of the fact that it was a sea, that there was water, that there were fish there. But you do see that there's a constant change within the earth, and it's normal. to have some moments of time where it's colder, some moments of times when it's hotter. But the problem is, on this whole melting of the ice caps, is that we have built our society on a certain type of temperature and a certain type of way that the earth was at that time for the past couple of centuries. And there's a lot of stuff that's really close to these areas that would literally disappear. And if we keep on going this way, well, a bunch of cities and states and countries that are on the edge of the water would get submerged. And that's not even speaking about the fact that the temperatures are completely changing and all that stuff. But will humanity, going back to the question, will humanity eventually destroy the world? Well, the thing is, I think we will long be gone before the earth is extinct. The thing is that eventually, a couple billion years, the sun's going to keep on getting bigger and hotter, and eventually everything's just gonna burn. so to ask the question if humanity is gonna win over nature, well, I don't think so. I think nature is gonna win in the end anyways, and it's a fact. So either we try to hold on to what we have for as long as we can, because this place is going to be habitable for hundreds and hundreds and thousands of years if we take care of it, kind of like a body. You can't use it too hard. You can't do too many crazy things, because eventually it just can't handle it. But we're still, even though the whole Earth and all that and the universe is 4.6 billion years old and all that stuff, I still feel like we're not in the old age of it. We're still in kind of a young place, because we as humans live 80 years, 90 years, if you're lucky 100, if you're lucky less. But in Earth's time, in the planet's time, in the universe's time, we're still in the young man years, the 20s. Or maybe even younger, who knows. But at the same time, that's basically what we're standing in. And in the cycle of the earth, well, 99.9% of species have gone extinct, and a few select survivors will live, and maybe they'll be able to make an even better society than what we have. And sometimes that's what is needed. It's kind of sad, but if we do keep on going this way, I think it's kind of inevitable. And it's kind of like history repeating itself, kind of like the stock market. It goes up, it goes down, goes up, goes down. But eventually what goes down will go up, in the same way as everything that will go up has to go down. It just can't stay at that same level. Nothing is forever. Nothing is permanent. That's it. That's all I have to say. Have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.